So, I mentioned that I was gonna try something a little bit different for that trail. Whoops, snowbank. Let me show you. I'm gonna die. How about knobby tires? Does anybody know where I can get a 180 dirt tire? Crank the spring up, extend the forks, knobby tires, remove fender. Who cares about the plastics? I think what we'll do is we'll just pull them right off of there. Go back, it needs a stator, needs a battery, and a tune-up. It ran in here, but it's only running on like 2 cylinders. What we'll do is we'll get it home and then see what it looks like. I gotta get a hold of those guys in Holland. So we'll be home just about now. Man, somebody's cooking burgers. It smells pretty awesome. Oh, this could be bad. That worked good. Oh, Jesus, that's slippery. That was a lot easier than I thought. Oh, man. Oh, buddy. What am I doing? God, this could be a whole lot of fun or it could be a whole lot of bad. Let's get her up on the hoist. Yeah, let's take a look at it. This is my latest project. This is a 2000 GSXR 750. My plan with it is to make it a dirt bike. I'm thinking. So it's been a little while since it ran. We did have it running over in their garage, but it's only running on 2 or 3 cylinders tops. It does need a stator, so it's down up underneath there. I have a battery on order. I'm waiting for a battery. Let's just kind of take a look at this. Let's just breathe this all in. So apparently it was dumped. That's not too bad. Oh, well, maybe that's a little bit worse than I thought. Headlights, I don't think those are going to be terribly reflective. Apparently there's LED ones in there. Obviously this side here took the brunt of it. Frame is clean. It doesn't even have a scratch on it, which is good. Anybody that knows these bikes is the second you dent this frame, the bike is totaled, it's junk, you don't even want to ride it. Second needs a brake handle, some lowers. I don't know where any of the hardware is. It's missing all the bolts. And yeah, little narf on the exhaust. Not too bad. Nothing. I'm gonna throw a battery charger on that and just see if things turn on. See if they can actually stay running. Wouldn't stay running over there. I just saw this. I think it's gonna need rotors. Oh, buddy. Oof. See if you can see that. Look at that. Oh, man. Well, I wonder what the rear ones look like. Oh, the rear one's fine. I think what I'm going to start with here is I'm going to start by just I'm going to pull all the plastics off here, I think. Just strip that off and do it. I can't believe plastics for this thing, the whole bike, man, the whole thing, $260 on Amazon. That is just unbelievable. God only knows how well they fit, but still cheap as ever. Let's go ahead, let's start pulling this thing apart. I think what I'll do is I'll just time-lapse pulling all the plastics off. So here we go. Okay, well, obviously, somebody's been playing Go Fish with this thing. Nice. That's your voltage regulator. I wonder if that's why this thing is not charging right. You do something like this, man. You gotta shrink tube it. Come on. Nifty. That's my favorite. Look at that. That's funny. I wonder if the brake light works. Let's hook up a battery charger. Let's see what happens here. We got 3 LEDs. Man, some people just do not belong wiring. My God. We got open connectors here. Well, we can just figure that out. Let's see if she'll start. Ooh. Fuel pump. She wants to. All right, well, that's easy enough. I got a battery coming. Once we get the battery, then I'll be able to put it in. And then I want to check and make sure that the stator, I was told that the stator is out of it, but after looking at some of this wiring here, I think it's a voltage regulator, but I don't know. I don't know anything about these bikes. So let's see what we can do here. I literally just went outside. My battery was sitting there. Hope I got the right one. See, the only problem that you got to make sure with these is the positive and negative are on the appropriate sides. That is the right battery. Sweet. All right, let's pull this one out. And that battery's only 2 years old. Here's why. Never start. Put the battery in it. Let's see what happens here. It's got an oil light on. I guess I probably should have checked the oil before that. Let's take a look. Okay. That's the dipstick? Okay. All right, well, let me show you that. Cool. So, yeah, that's the dipstick. We got full and low. And as you can see, it's a little low. So let's add some oil to it. I have no idea what to put in this. So let's figure it out. See what I got lying on the shelf. All right, I got like 3/4 of a quart of whatever Super Tech is. And then I got just a little bit of this. Let's just mix it, because if it's running good, I'm going to change the oil on it anyway. All right. Let's see if that solves the oil light problem. Don't know. Definitely only running on 2 or 3 cylinders. No, it's an oil temperature light. There's a Aladdin's lamp on there. That story, if anybody knows me, you know the story. But the Aladdin's lamp light turned off on there, but the oil temperature light is on, which is probably just a sensor. I ain't gonna worry about that. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my little laser here. Now you can see the red light on the fender there. And then it tells you what the temperature is. So I'm gonna see if one of those cylinders is dead. Those pipes right in there will be cooler than the other. So let's give that a try. There's one dead lump. I ran it on 3 cylinders, let me show you. So if we look at this one right here, 334, 340, 50. That one's only 160. And then that one over there is 200, 300 and some odd right there. So that's a dead lung right now. All right, so let's see if we've got spark. We got spark. And that coil pack was on there kind of loose, so that might just be it. Plug's firing, so let's throw it back in and see what happens here. I just thought about something first. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to run my bore scope down in there and take a look at that piston, just to make sure that nothing looks like it's getting squirrely. So the piston looks awful wet. I look around at the whole thing. Pretty wet. Not much of a stroke on this thing. That's all the way down. It ain't got much of a throw, man. So I don't know. I'm gonna try and I'm gonna hook everything back up. I'm gonna see if it idles better, because that coil pack was kind of loose. So let's see what we can do here. Something not kosher. It's pulling vacuum into the carb. I can tell that. Put my hand over it. So I know I got spark, okay? So here's the other thing I was thinking of. Is this carburetor giving it fuel? So what I decided to do is I'm going to check this out. Start it back up. I'm going to put a little brake clean down into there with the idle up. So if you heard when I cranked it, I gave it a little bit of, just a little tickle of juice inside of there. And all of a sudden the idle went up, and then it went down. And then it went up, and then it went down. So that's telling me that it's doing it, but it's telling me that this thing is not getting any fuel. Let's do some investigating to see if it's getting fuel at all off of the rail here. I'm not sure. Kind of hard to look down in there and see it. Thank my buddy Red for that one. That's an old school rev it till it runs right. It cleared out, man. You could hear it clear out. That was an instant 10,000 RPMs that fast. So cool. Now let's figure out the charging system. All right, let's check our voltage here. Everything's plugged in, stator's plugged in, voltage regulator is right here. Let's go ahead and let's check and see if we've got any voltage. This thing does not need a stator, it needed a battery. Unbelievable. I was hoping for all kinds of content out of this thing, and I guess not. They said it wasn't charging. It's obviously charging. This was not plugged in all the way. This is your stator. Stator's right behind here. Voltage regulator is doing the job, even though they're not the prettiest things in the world. I'm almost like to put some shrink tube on that thing, but I'm just going to leave it alone. Actually, no. I'm going to tape all these up. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to piece it back together. I'm just going to make sure everything looks good. I'm going to take it for a ride.
All right, well, we're going. Hopefully the microphone's on so you guys can hear me. Make sure it goes into gear. It's a little soft out here. Let's see if I can change this up a little bit. Sorry about the blue emulsion, but that is the windshield and there's no other way to do it, so you're just going to have to deal with it. We're just going to go down the road and back and see if it needs anything else. That's 11. Wow, I didn't wear gloves. That was not wise. Well, she goes for all 6 gears. She's running all 4. I like it. And the turning radius on this bike is terrible. Ooh! You guys don't see it, but there's a cop over there with his lights on. I'm glad I'm turning around. Man, this thing on a dirt trail, I don't know. Well, 750 doesn't really have much power to it, I'm surprised.
Well, successful test ride. Not sure what I should do with it though. Should I put new plastics on it and flip it? Should I rip everything off of it and turn it into a dirt bike and put dirt tires on it? I got this pretty cheap. So no matter what, it's gonna be worth the money. So I don't know, do me a favor. Go down in the comments and tell me, what would you guys do with this bike? Don't know. Should I just ride it? I don't know. It's got a little bit of wiring I got to do in the back end, but other than that, it's pretty good. Tell me what you think. Have a good night. Thanks for watching. Be good.